All right. We are rolling. It's a new, fresh, beautiful day today. Uh, ugh. Wait, I even got my display up. There we go. That looks more lovely to the eyes. But yeah. Basically I decided to switch out my glasses today. Have some change in my life that I have control over, such as that. I gotta just do my thing today, because I probably want to spend like an hour at most, because LOL, I actually need to finish like an important document, get it submitted, stuff like that, and I also want to go outside today. And so yeah, I don't know. I woke up just like feeling kind of cruddy. So I've never said that word before comfortably, but yeah, I don't know. You just like, it's a human being. It's okay. It's okay to not be productive or feel the greatest every day. I kind of went to sleep at a late hour. Um, you know, it is what it is. Hot and bothered. What's hot and bothered? I don't know. But yeah, it's so funny today, right? When you just wake up, and I was just like, huh, let me try downloading Instagram, because I think I ended up on some link or something that's like download Instagram to view it. Yesterday night, yeah, I was like thinking about this like one coworker I had in Macy's. I know. Anything else? And I was just like, wow, that's really funny, because it's like I'm like, wow, this guy is a whole model, and he was just like working casually at Macy's with me selling fragrances. And I don't know, bro. I'm like, sometimes it's just like, man, what if I just lost all my dignity and just, you know what I mean? But like, no, he's very cool. It's just like sometimes you gotta do such compromising stuff. And I'm like, wow. And then yeah, I was just like on the physical app, and I'm just like so indignated. I'm just like, man, I like, why do you need my location? Like, even just making an account, deleting old pictures and things like that. Some of them, some things give you the warm and fuzzies. Other ones are just like, you're selling me student loans, bro. Why is this girl selling me student loans? I don't know. Instagram, like, the world is just such a place. I guess social media is like the global channel for everything. I don't know why I think otherwise. It's just like, to me, it's just so, like, when you know so many things, you've heard it relentlessly how horrible social media is for you, like, inherently so, especially short form content. Just like even trying to contribute to that rat race, it's just like, it's worth it if you crack it, right? You know what I mean? It's like it can bring you so many indistinguishable opportunities, but at the same time, for me, it's like they talk all about how distribution and the importance of being visible to others. But to me, it's just so inherently soulless, so lackluster, and so much unparalleled amounts of effort for what is a, like, literally a vacuum. It's a vacuum. You're literally throwing yourself into a vacuum in this hope or possibility of opportunity, and you're just content. Like, I hope, like, if you just like are born on this earth to make content, bro, that's honestly the most depressing thing ever. Like, it's like, notice how that word has changed. It's not even like creating, like, you're not even creating entertainment or value or a show or a tutorial or something that's actually in depth, like quality. I forget though. It's been so long. I don't even got the words. You don't have quality videography. No, like, you're creating, like, the word content just sounds so inherently horse fed. Like, it's like something I like, throw slop towards the masses. Like, it's literally just like troughs of just grass or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know. I'm just talking into the void. Not like anybody watching this anyways, but to me, it's just like so yucky, because it's like, what do you even mean by that? Let's like just become a content creator, bro. How about you just like, I mean, I assume this is also content, but I mean, hopefully it's not, it's just I mean, quality over quantity, short and sweet. I'm not saying that there's not variability or genuine value out there, but I feel like there's just so much information out there that just isn't plain important, and everything pretends that it's important. They're not. It really isn't. And it's just one of the sickest machines on the earth. And like, high key, I don't know if it's just because I woke up a bit more tired than usual, or just like kind of. So it's just like seeing, like going on that, and then this even viewing it for like 15 minutes, like different things that exist, or like the idea of like, you need to do this, or if you're in this age, you should get this scholarship or this or this. It's just like so yucky to me. I'm like, you should get a credit score, this thing, and if you have to get a high yield savings account. And like, that's not even the thing. There's like other things that are just pure nonsense. Like, people just dedicating your one self to something that actually compounds. I believe in compounding. Like, that's honestly one of the most important things in life, is like, will this progress further? And I guess it's like the idea that if you that thing is just like, that's social media, especially short form content, is literally just a numbers game. It's just about being consistent. And reality is like, if it's part of your life, if it's just something you can do daily, then sure. But I think the idea of just making this lazy content, or you're just standing in front of your phone, have like some white caption in front of you, in which you show some information you probably got from like AI. I think it's just one of the most depressing, deplorable uses of human life. You are literally just another net GDP actuator. You are just not even that. You're just another node. Like, you're literally just another cog. I don't know. Anyways, that's a 7-minute rant, part of my 1 hour plan, part of my coding tutorial. Not tutorial, my coding log. But yeah, I don't know. I really long for real connection in this planet. Like, genuine, just like, you know what I mean? I think social media is just one sickness, that it's a cancer we've made amongst ourselves. And like, will I probably engage in it? Who knows? I don't know. Sometimes I think about it like, oh, maybe I can post things on there or something like that. But high key, I don't really care about that type of stuff. I don't know. What was this about? This is my coding thing. Sometimes it's just stuff that's taking up your mind, and you just want to talk about it. You just want to be like, that's stupid. I don't like that. I don't think it's nice. I think it's yucky. And I think it's fine to talk about it. But yeah, I digress. I'm sorry if this got a little bit heavy on that stuff. But maybe, I don't know. Anyways, this is more so again. So yesterday, I decided, let's pull up my VS Code editor, that I wanted to, one moment, let me just rename this file. Let's see. One second, I'm just renaming something for my privacy purposes. Give it a moment. Okay. Alright, we're ready to rumble. Tab.py, name.py, okay. Let's see, let's kill this, boom. So yesterday, what I was working on was a name.py. So it was super duper simple. I don't know why I got so emotional with this one. I never hide my emotions. I'm so transparent, dog. I'm like, Oxford Chaudhry is moving on from what? I don't know. I'm thinking like my life experiences is just coalescing into whatever I do. I'm like, I've never been apart from the work experience, bro. It could be literally painting. It could be this and that. It's all kind of sometimes directed with my mood. Depends. And so in this specific scenario, I guess I was just like thinking of like random things to say. And this is like an Ariana Grande lyrics. It's like, can't believe I'm moving through my feelings. Wait, no, or so was it like, can't believe I'm moving through my feeling. I don't know. I don't support Ariana Grande. I think she's deplorable. Sorry, my apologies. I didn't mean to get political. I think she's. I have no comment. No comment. I guess I said what I said. I don't know. I think she was cool growing up, but then she also made like a lot of bad songs that are just very gross, very blasphemous, and then she made just a lot of bad stuff. Anyways, I have no idea. I don't know why I'm commenting on Ariana Grande. I don't know if she's doing her thing. You know what I mean? Chill, I guess. Yeah. No comment. Wow, I'm just gonna blow up everything. Anyways, the concept is we're working with variables. So the example that was given in our Python crash course textbook. Let's see, where was I? I'm gonna go. Basically, let's go on over. Oh dear, what happened? Okay, now let's see. So sad. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I don't want to think. Sorry, but. Hmm, sweet. Brother, mother, father, sister, mother, brother, mother, sister, father, brother, mother, sister, father, father, sister, mother, brother. Now I'm going back too far now. Hello world.py. No, we're a little bit past that. Python.world. No. Okay, so naming and using variables. And so in this case, we learned about tracebacks and da da da. This is the stuff I already did on like the airplane like a long time ago, so I was pretty well aware of it. And so what I wanted to do was really just start using it to write stuff. So we did like it talks about message and how da da da, print massage, labels or variables are labels. So it talked about strings and f strings and the possible use cases of simple message and simple messages. So assign a message to a variable, print that message, then change the value of the variable to a new message and print that new message. And then we got to changing case in a string with methods. So methods are basically things that act upon variables. So it's like, for example, if I have a specific variable, like for example in this situation, Ada Lovelace, the title. Oh, it's time for prayer. I gotta go pray. Hold up, y'all. We gotta go pray. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Basically, now it's 1:54 a.m. How does this happen? I know, basically, after that one pause, in real life land, not Hollywood editing land, aka just put the pause button on OBS. I actually, we went, had to go pray, but then all the other things happened, got ready, went out, but, a whole lot of drama. Came home, drama for your mama, save it for your llama, ate some shawarma. Now I came home, but then like Obama, I had to deal with more politics. Like yeah, I just stared for like an hour or so at the wall. I actually learned to like sit with my feelings. It's amazing, because it taught me that long-term thinking is slow, as well as the fact that any type of emotions and stuff like that we feel, eventually whatever goes up needs to come down. And I think that's the main thing, is that we just lost the art of sitting with our feelings. You have to diagnose and evaluate and find feedback for every last thing. And at this time, I just sat with it. And then afterwards, I had to pray. But yeah, just like all I'm missing prayers, prayed, but yeah, I'm just blessed, and I didn't eat dinner, so you have some biryani chicken and some rice. So yeah, it's currently 1:56 a.m. But day 5 still needs to happen, so yeah, we can't skip. So let me just take a little bite before we continue. So if you get disgusted if someone's eating and doing something, I mean, I probably won't talk while I eat. Probably be eating and typing. Yeah. And it's a spoon, so it's not like my fingers hopefully won't be greasy. Mmm. Oh, this is not a biryani form yet. Mm. Very intense. Just glad there's something that I could manj on, you know what I mean? Manj. But reflection truly is a beautiful thing. Reflection, it just like as adults, we also need time out. And we've perceived time out as a bad thing. It takes us away from the action. But time out is necessary. This time, even with this little mentality, slow down. And I'm like, you know what? Creativity and passion is where speed exists. It should exist. Friction in there kills it. And that's because, you know, when we're working off peaks of emotion, we're able to execute very specific, beautiful things that we feel maybe only at those peaks of feelings. And maybe we are reflexive as well. But when we want to do long-term planning, when we know the process, it's a matter of just doing it and not being distracted or having our attention be set multiple directions. I feel like that's when we have to slow down and just sit with it. Like if you get up and you immediately be like, "Oh, I should do this," but I really want to do this. It's like I saw this in a video too. I have the post-it note right on my laptop, but it's like, what's the smart move here? But you're not really like in the ideas that you're able to just take everything from your emotional side of your mind towards the thinking side. You're able to be way more objective and less emotional. But the thing is, sometimes, depending on the context of what you're dealing with, we're not able to just, you know, on the fly train our brain to be like, hey, what's the smart move here? And so I think that's just it. You have to be able to sit with whatever thoughts. There always will be botherations. My environment is very botherating. I don't really like it, but I've not that I accept it. You know what I mean? I try my best to fix it and stuff like that, but sometimes when things are overwhelming or out of control or things like that, even your own self, you be stepping in your own way. Feel like that's okay. It's okay. Oh, my watch is going off. It's 2 a.m. Yep, got set by that. But yeah, I think that's the main thing. Also, like, I feel like I gotta think about this too. Like, that watch, long-term thinking, stay with the feelings. It's like about the peaks and highs of stuff. When we start thinking from the perspective of like emotions, and we sit with things, right? And how everything must go up and must come down. The same thing with passion. We feel these passionate bursts, now that I think about it, in which we feel motivated towards a specific action. We try to keep replicating these peaks, but emotionally, we have to come back to the trough. And so that's why motivation is a horrible thing. Intrinsic value is what creates, you know, like not, and dopamine is not the happiness chemical, it's an anticipatory chemical. But intrinsic value, I don't know if it's serotonin or what, but there's specific chemicals that, get off in your brain when you do something that's intrinsically beneficial or good. Serotonin or not. Oxytocin is more like a bonding chemical, I think. But yeah, it's like neuroscience. It's like, think of the quote that says you can't see yourself in boiling water, or you can't see yourself, and like that's the same thing when you're angry. You're not yourself when you're angry or anything like that. God forbid anybody suffers from anger. That seems like a real disease. But like for any other type of emotion, it doesn't necessarily be anger. It could be impulsive impulsivity, you know, sadness, happiness, a lot of stuff. But in this world where I've already been talking for 20 minutes now and I haven't done anything related to coding yet. But it's like these little things where you just want to kind of remember them. But if, like, for example, we take the perspective of today's modern age where we have been just trained to only receive and really want those peaks, I only listen to peak, I only view peak. It makes us really just so unappreciative and lacking gratitude. Like, I took the minute to just be like, slow down, sit with it when like I had like a messy vanity. And when I cleaned up my entire room, I was sticking light sticks on the wall and whatnot. I had like these I have like the slatted walls where you can put in like the Amazon, like not the Amazon, like you can put in like those beautiful vertical lights. And I decided, you know what, it's not perfect. I didn't like ever, bother finishing it. Like I bought this when I was 19. I like was remodeling my room last year before I went off to the experience of what brought me here. But I never really got back to it because it was like I was getting perfectionist and I didn't want to spend $40 on like raceway tracking or something like that. And I couldn't find another solution for specific placements of lights. But what does this have to do with the lights? Well, basically I decided to just do that. But you know, like after that, I had up my table or whatever, like some TV stand. I wanted to get some stuff out of my room, and everybody around me, brother's trips on the table, and then now the table's broken. And so, like with that and like all the craziness, I'm like, let me just go on the evil website, socialmedia.com, bro. And then I felt worse about myself. And like at some point, I think it was just also overwhelming that like I literally just sat there. I was so exhausted, like I couldn't even be bothered to like search up anything or vent about it or like, cause you know what I mean. Like I have like this habit where if anything happens, I just begin like trying to talk to it to AI for some reason. It's like, bro, high key, who else is gonna listen to me, bro? Like, I don't even know. This might be like the saddest type of thing people might hear. Like, what the weird you talk to AI, bro? I'm sorry. Would you not talk to an infinite, sycophantic, machine learning algorithm, that steals all your data? I mean, not from that perspective, but like, you wouldn't listen to it's to hear just to anybody. I think that human connection is important, but unfortunately, the digital ones tend to wither away. But most beneficial of this all is that I just sat with it, because complaining is also a disease of its own. You know what I mean? You notice the bad things in others, and yeah, like connecting all the bits of neuroscience. I think there was like I saw like a YouTube today, YouTube video but today about not a YouTube video, Instagram video about how there was this girl talking about how research backs this up, but there's a part of your brain that literally makes you rich or something. I don't know about that part, but she was saying about how there's a specific part of your brain that like once you start changing your thinking, it's like the neural pathways adjust, and like yeah, that's true. And, like there's a specific section of the brain she mentioned about it, but like the more you start thinking about these types of things, the more your brain starts, you know, actually tries combobulating solutions and pathways. So you start thinking about new opportunities that always existed. Nothing else changed, just your mentality. Which is true. Our brain makes neural pathways, physical pathways based off our thinking. And so, like, when you realize that everything is possible if you just stop getting in your own way, sometimes the challenge isn't even the challenge itself, it's your mind. And, honestly, you just let all the crazy colors in your mind just kind of blend into a block, you know, whatever, and then try to see what's the smart move here, and you can continue to paint forward. It's like the boiling water analogy. Like I like to, I think, you know what I mean? I think of emotions like colors. You know what I mean? That's not too far off. I feel like a lot of people do, that's the whole Inside Out movie. But like, if you can imagine all the colors in your brain, just like, you know, like a light show inside, going crazy all over, swirling all over the place. Sometimes you just need to sit with it, let the racing thoughts just kind of come to a halt. Sometimes it's screeching. It might take you more than you'd want it to, but complaining about it, ranting about it, dwelling on it, it'll kill you. And I can like kind of now remember like 20% maybe of the things that were bothering me at the time. And my brain just cycled through a lot of thoughts, different thoughts, some unrelated. Then I realized ultimately, you know what? It chilled out. And I think that's the art. Like if you're an overthinker, just don't ruminate. Just and like for me that's been hard. So yeah, I don't know. Just sit with your thoughts. Search it up. I saw like an image on Google about how to sit with your thoughts. But yeah, the brain is so beautiful, so fascinating. It's like there's so much to learn. Everything in life is a lesson. Anyways, it's my chicken and rice. I should probably pause this recording so it's not 4 hours and like containing only 30 minutes of code. Ah, that was spicy. Okay, anyways. Hold on. I got some lemonade, but the lemonade makes it spicier. I didn't finish it, but I'm almost there. I'm like the hippo from like Five Nights at Freddy's or something. Like the one from the Ultimate Night game or something. I'm just gonna stop talking. But yeah, I was just thinking about different things like uh, how our brains, like my brother just walked by watching TikTok. And, like I think like five things happened in like a span of 3 seconds. And I'm like, some people probably cringe like, oh wow, you think you're above TikTok. I've had my fair share of YouTube shorts, man. I click on them. You know what I mean? I watch it whole, but like I'm selective. I'm not just like randomly. You know what I mean? That's just like right. That's just like it's just like a form of literal like it's Pavlovian, bro. It's like it's actual gambling mechanics. Like I don't know, your brain is so powerful. Like even about this entire thing about just slowing down, like your brain is literally the most fascinating thing ever. Like anticipatory. Like I was watching a video why Ronaldo can basically like make every shot or why he's such a crazy player, right? But it's just like our brains are so wired to understand things and get good at them that I was like thinking about the analogy of slowing down. Because I don't know, not cavemen, but like we had so much more respect for our things. We were able to innovate more, able to pontificate, build upon deeper ideas. Because we really just like internalized everything we did. And like apparently there's a specific like very fascinating video about like anticipatory activity or knowledge and like our brain tries to estimate what happens and then like it's like reflexive almost. So it's like we don't even consciously know it. And so for example for like there was a soccer player who apparently was just like an amateur soccer player and they put then Cristiano Ronaldo or I don't know if it was Ronaldo or yeah, it was Ronaldo, not Messi. And like, oh no, it was a okay. The video was about why Messi is such a crazy player, why Messi never runs, and like Cristiano Ronaldo basically they turned off the lights. The amateur soccer player basically he ended up like not making the ball because they turned the light off right when he was about to hit it. And Cristiano, bro, he did it even with the lights off. The lights off. Every like you know what I mean? And apparently it's because our brains are able to like even like our brain subconsciously has seen the same thing so many times. It's like he was able to determine the like the angle of legs and like the direction, trajectory, and speed of the ball. And it's like the same way like when you get used to walking, like you can walk in crowds, you don't really think about measuring the distance and walking the way you do. And it's just it's such a beautiful thing. And like the same thing, like they try to basically measure like this baseball pitcher's like ability to be reflexive or something, and he was actually like below average for like some type of test. But when it came to baseball, he was like major league killer. Cause it's like, you know what I mean? It was a pitcher or something like that. And so our brains are really just meant to, just dissect and do what we want to do. It is what we get used to it. And it's like all this predatory UI where we have literal software engineers. I don't think they probably use their own product. Hopefully not. I don't think they the TikTok, and if I become a software engineer for TikTok, deport me to like Venus, bro. Deport me to the surface of the sun, bro. I'm sorry if this is like blacklisting me early. Not that anybody would watch this, but like I think that's kind of just so deplorable how like you know that the thing you're making is literally changing minds and brains and bodies and everything. And it's like our brains are so powerful, literally so powerful, and you are reducing it to a mere object of futile meaning. I don't know, it's getting very philosophical. Sometimes I just like talking. But if you think about it, like anticipatory information, it's like apparently it was such a good video, but about how like people from like baseball pitchers and like how they were just completely befuzzled when like instead of an overhand throw, a woman came on over and she started pitching the ball and she does an underhand throw. So like everybody, even though her balls were like balls, even though her throw was slower, they couldn't match her. So it's like there are parts of our like conscious mind, our subconscious mind, where it's just like we're recording and encoding information all the time. And straight up for kids too, like kids especially, like their brains are like apparently pure theta brain waves or something like that when they're developing. So like they resemble you know their parents' attitudes or emotional needs, and like the same thing. That's what I was learning from a video that was about the attachment, like not that, like about parentification, and it's just like so fascinating how our brains are made to survive or figure out or tinker or create or react. And it's like we are making ourselves so incredibly stupid against like we like the human race really poisons itself. They poison its own kind for the purposes of its own kind. And it's like, well, it does in every species, but like high key, I don't know, depends. Like, you know what I mean, survival of the fittest, but like we were meant to work with each other and we doing this to each other. Like, do you think penguins like this often? I mean, penguins also like beat each other up, like y'all, and if you know, you know, but like, just crazy to me, bro. Like, anyways, speaking about fixing our reflexive abilities, anticipatory information, about getting better at a specific cognitive-based skill, let's continue back to VS Code. Okay, so basically, back to what I was saying earlier in this video before everything else happened and this video was no longer about coding. I had mentioned that I basically started working on F strings from the book that we were reading in our beautiful beloved changing case in a string with methods for Python Crash Course, in which we take a variable and we string together, and a method acts on a variable, so we can save it as name.py and run it, and blah blah blah. And so what I did was I did exactly that. But I already did this section, so I really wanted to understand how to just like do it repeatedly, repetitively, without much, blah blah blah. And so I just did it 10 times because I really wanted to understand how to write it. So let's see. It says this code displays message hello Ada Lovelace. Bruh, but assigning the message to a variable we call the final print called much simpler. You know what I mean? So we do print and then we just do the message, so it's less annoying. And so I did exactly that. And so I don't know, I just used like the Ariana Grande lyric, I can't believe I'm moving through my feelings. I'm in or was it? Oh, bye bye. I don't know again. I don't know, bro. Oxychodry is moving on. This, something like that. Anyways, and so I made a bunch of different versions of this. So if we do Control Function F5, oh, what's happening? Okay. Oh, there it worked. Said, oh, Oxychodry is moving on. Well, I can't believe I'm moving on through my feelings. Seriously, I just can't believe feelings. Yeah, it hurts though. Oxychodry is moving on. So the end through my feelings are moving on. Feelings moving on. Feelings moving on. Feelings moving on. Yeah, through my feelings, through my feelings, through my feelings. Wow, my feelings moving through. Wow, can I say? Totally is true. I long for peace. Moving on. I just didn't want to write more variables. And I wrote all these variables because I'm like, why not? Make it ridiculous as possible. It was for the practice, y'all. But yeah, we had our upper, lower, and I believe title method as our interesting choice of method. I don't think I put lower here. Now that I keep looking at them, I don't see lower. Anyways, but yeah. So if we then move towards our we said to add a tab to your text, use the character combination \t print print Python. To add a new line in the text string, use the character combination \n \n. So print languages in Python and C and JavaScript. You could also combine tabs and new lines in a single string. The string quotation marks -n -tab tells Python to move a new line and start the next line with a tab. The following example shows how you can use one line string to generate 4 lines of output. Okay, awesome. Stripping whitespace. Extra whitespace can be confusing in your programs. To programmers, Python and Python look pretty much the same, but to a program, they are 2 different things. 2 different strings. Forgive me. La la la. So, 2 different strings. Python detects the extra space in Python and considers it significant unless you tell it otherwise. It's important to think about whitespace because often you want to compare 2 strings to determine whether they are the same. For example, one important instance might involve checking people's usernames when they log into a website. Extra whitespace can be confusing in much simpler situations as well. Unfortunately, Python makes it very easy to eliminate extra whitespace from data that people enter. Python can look for extra whitespace on the right and left sides of a string. To ensure that no whitespace exists at the right side of a string, use the rstrip method. So let's see. This is our method. So favorite language equals Python. Favorite language Python. Favorite language .rstrip. Favorite language Python. This is in the terminal because this is our terminal signs. What was this called again? Terminal arrows. What did I use for that? You know we saw that when he mentioned this. This is page 60, just so I remember. Remember. Yes, this is the Python prompt. Okay, moving on. Okay, so we want to just try a little simple tab T. Let's see. Wow, so if I have an F string in here, I long for peace. Do I have to put T for no cap? And then I do control function F5. Oh, that's a tab. Yeah, that's a tab for sure. If I do, you know what I mean? You know how it would be. No tab, no fact, no cap. Yeah. Alright. It works. It's backslash T is tab. What if I just do just basic boring backslash? What would happen then? No tab, nothing. It just doesn't do anything. What if I just do where's my key? Where did I just drop it? Where did I just you know when you oh there it is. Like what would happen if I just did that? What does F do? Oh my god, whisper flow. That's happens in each day. I long for P. It's just it looks like that, and then we do this. It's not. What does an F do? Strange. I want to search it up real quick. I don't want to see it. I guess nobody could tell me. It doesn't really mean anything, I guess. What does TC mean? Oh, C is right there. Okay, tab C. Okay. So new lines and tabs are very useful. Very useful. They make you happy. They feed you lots of sandwiches. Let's try. Oh wait, we have to do this in the good old-fashioned terminal. Okay, let's see. Python prompt. We're going to do print. What do you mean by that? What does that even, what does that mean? I thought I was doing guard. Do I need a bit more less space? What is unable to initialize device PRN? Why was my terminal? I didn't even realize. I did realize, but I didn't just care, I guess. I don't know, because one is so problematic. How about you just die? Sorry, that's a bit dramatic. Evening. Oh no, it's out buggy. My terminal? Oh, there you are. Welcome back. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go print. Okay. Could have learned something by debugging that thing. Python. What does that mean? Unable to initialize whatever it is. What is that? Unable to initialize device PRN. What is that? What does that mean? That sounds suspicious. Yeah. Type print program instead of Python program prior. The error seems to be a window command line program print. When there's an issue with the printer configuration or using a reserved device name Windows. Correct command format in your printer session. Printer settings. Last 7 years when we on Stack Overflow. Okay, who unliked it? What? This guy's asking a normal question. I'm very new to Python, and I constantly have switched to VS Code from Jupyter notebooks. I'm trying to run some simple code, but I'm getting an error. I looked around for the solution already, and I see the same error. Nothing but is my issue. I'm just doing very basic code. I'm just another simple lad who just wants for some milk and toffee. You know, the Victorian should I want as myself some bread and happy 250 to America, bruh. Something later. British 13 colony lead. Sorry, what? Um, bro seems to be writing some pretty basic stuff. What's happening here? As Rayang's head, you need to run your code in a Python environment. If you're using VS Code, there is a Python REPL where you can run your code interactively. To activate it, you can press Ctrl-Shift-P, find Python, start REPL, and you will see the terminal bar. Okay, let's see. There's the Python prompt. We have to do Ctrl-Shift-P, Python, start REPL. Ctrl-Shift-P, Python, REPL, start terminal, REPL. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, what sorry. Normal behavior, guys, normal behavior. Print. Money. Yeah, what? That is not money, bro. Did not let me print that money. Second, I gotta start using my brain. That's when I start counting. I'm like, wow, how much of this wasn't even coding, and now I'm sleepy a little bit. So I'm like, in a Python environment. Well, did I see the 3 dashes? I don't think so. Sure, you need the VS Code Python extension and Python itself installed in your system. Alternatively, you can run the Python shell directly in your command line. Wow, Stack Overflow. Overflow with knowledge in my mind now. Okay, Control Shift P. Debug, REPL. Let's try that again. Let's see. I've been on here for 30 minutes. It's not great that I'm this sleepy deepy or something like that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's think. So let's see. Tutorial based print message unable to initially do it. So REPL, you'll see the terminal pattern. VS Code, Python, Python 2, 3, for installing Python must be in the pathway. Environmental variable like Unix, like operating system, DOS, OS, and command to Microsoft Windows, specifying a set of directories with X viewable matter located. Like spin, user bin, Unix and Unix like dot. Why is my time breaking, bro? A quick guide from PowerShell commands. P in power, PR in power. Get the unable to initialize device PRN is a RN or triple PowerShell. Typically indicates an issue with the printer or printing device, but I'm not printing nothing, bro. I'm trying to print that cash. Sorry, not a crime committed here. Okay, alright. Initialize device PRN, unable to initialize device PRN. Easy solution. Do you want the easy way or the not easy or some type of proven way? Okay, let's see. Let's search this beautiful YouTube video. No thanks. Let me watch it. Let me put on a duck player, bro.
Hello everyone.
Oh my goodness, very loud.
In this video, I will explain you why you get unable to initialize device PRN error and how to resolve this issue. When you directly type print hello world in your command prompt, you will get error like unable to initialize device PRN. Why you get this error?
Why?
The reason is simple. The issue arises because the Windows command line prompt named print conflicts with the Python print. The Windows command line program named print is used to print the documents or files in your system. Now, if you want to print hello world in command prompt, what you have to do is type py and press enter. Then you will enter the interpreter mode of Python in the command prompt. That is interactive mode.
It's interactive mode. Okay, and does it need to be a path variable? What do you mean by being a path variable? I need to put it in its path. I need to put it in the directory. Okay.
Then type print hello world. You will get the output hello world. This is when you want to type your program in interactive mode, that is interpreter mode. If you want to write Python script or run the Python script file that is already existing in your system, then what you have to do is exit from the interpreter mode using exit. Then check if your Python file is in the same path as it is in the command prompt. If it is not, then move it to the same path as it is in the command prompt. Then in command prompt type py space whatever file name you have given .py extension. Okay. Then you will get the output of your program. Hello everyone, in this video I will explain you why you get unable to initialize device PRN error and how to resolve this issue. When you directly type print hello world in Windows command line prompt named print conflicts with the Python print. The Windows command line program named print is used to print the documents or files in your system. Now, if you want to print hello world in command prompt, what you have to do is type py and press enter. Then you will enter the interpreter mode of Python in the command prompt, that is interactive mode. Then type print hello world. You will get the output hello world. This is when you want to type your program in interactive mode, that is interpreter mode. If you want to write Python script or run the Python script file that is already existing in your system, then what you have to do is exit from the interpreter mode using exit. Then check if your Python file is in the same path as it is in the command prompt. If it is not, then move it to the same path as it is in the command prompt. Then in command prompt type py space whatever you have to do is exit from the interpreter mode using exit. Then check if your Python file is in the same path as it.
I think I'm gonna call it quits. I'm tired. I'm sorry, gang. I gotta sleep.